Hi Taurus, and welcome to a quick general reading here for whenever this will find you. I'm doing it in the beginning of July 2021, so yeah. This is a general reading, so take what resonates with you, leave behind the rest, never ever force it to fit if it doesn't. And as I said, it is timeless. What do we have for the Taurus? Any messages coming through to the Taurus? Any messages coming through to the Taurus? Any messages coming through to the Taurus? Alright. The Emperor in reverse, that's interesting. Mother of Swords. Okay, and we have Ten of Pentacles underneath here. Right, let's just begin it all by saying, I see you being this Queen of Swords. And she's highly skeptical. That's you, Taurus. Skeptical, not really... Will I say that you're not trusting? No, you are trusting. You just, you don't take bullshit. It's really that simple. You just don't take bullshit, alright? If anyone want to come at you these days, they should probably come correct or be prepared to meet this Queen of Swords. Man, woman, doesn't matter. You're just, I mean, look at her. Look at if anyone wants to really get a strong Queen of Swords in any deck, it's gotta be this deck. Look at her eyes. I fell in love with her when I saw her. She is just the perfect representation because this is being like, you're also probably a little bit difficult to reach your heart here because you're very protective in many ways. Let's see what we have in the recent past days. Holy moly! I see these two here cards. These, you see how they are placed. In that one is looking forward, one is looking backwards. The one that's looking forward is doing so very, very, very slowly. No, that's looking backwards. Sorry, looking backwards very, very slowly in terms of what I'm looking at here. But then again, what I get here is that you got your back turned on the past, but it's been a very long process. And it's not fully done. You're still carrying the lessons with you. And what we have here underneath is that I do see a sadness. I do see a sadness here in you, but I'm also seeing that sadness kind of fueling you. With the Five of Cups going to the Six of Cups, it's like that sadness is giving you roots. As I said, you're learning from it. It's part of your diversity. It's part of who you are. It made you who you are, Taurus, and it is sad. Whatever happened, it's sad. But your heart is very much guarded. Ace of Cups here. But you know what I'm also getting here is that because you don't want to see fantasies anymore. That's really it, Taurus. So what do we have here in the past? We have Seven of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. First and foremost, it appears to me as though you learn to stand firm on your own 2 feet. You're sad, yes, that means that your heart is somewhat closed. It's difficult to reach you. I feel as though I'm repeating myself. But you have learned to stand your ground, basically. Now, what it is that you're focusing on right now is that whatever here we have in your past, where there was these colors, whatever gave you roots, I really feel as though that's with diversity. There's something here about that past here, right? Some of you, by the way, this is somewhat related to a father wound. So I'll just get the father because I also saw the Emperor there. But all right, that's anyway. What I feel as though you're focused on right now is that you are surrounded by people. Oh my god, can I really say this? I feel as though things look good on the surface, you know. I also feel as though things are good on the surface, because especially if this is in work and it brings you in money, or it's a family dynamic, I just really get as though it's in terms of long-term goals, yes. Feel as though you are secure. Do I feel a deep connection with the people on an emotional level? No. But I sense you being capable of standing your ground. Yes, you may have turned a little cold here. I don't know why that is, but it feels as though you're protecting your heart. It's like, I gotta be honest with you, it feels as though I'm seeing you being in a situation where it brings in good money, or it brings in good stability. That's fine. The people? No. Yeah, I keep repeating myself. Yeah, on the surface things are good, but and no one would be able to tell the difference. No one would be able to tell that there would be any kind of dissonance, or just no one would be able to see it. But you see through it. And I also get as though there is something here about any kind of if what you're wondering. Let's see. Oh, let's add out these here, because let's add out the Lenormand here. See what it is that you're wondering about. Oh, you're really protected of your heart here, right? Your heart is a little bit of an open gate. You don't quite know. That's all I get. You don't quite know. You have a heart here in the past that I feel as though there is a longing. Your heart has told you that you long to go somewhere, but you carry this burden with you from the past. It could be a grief or sorrow or a family dynamic, basically. Or some sort of an inherited pattern of worrying about, you gotta bring in the money. Gotta bring in the money, and they gotta be big. They gotta be big. And for some of you, I see a baby boy or something like that. A baby boy or a little boy. Anyway, yeah, I just get your heart here. There's a strong, strong pull in you here in the past of going somewhere. You're longing. Yeah, it's really what I get. But it's such a slow movement. For some of you, it's like traveling. Traveling, going somewhere new. But now you're confused. You could have made some sort of a changes here in June, and now you are confused regarding your own power, basically. Your own. For some of you, it's also your own financial situation, your own. It's your own power. Someone here made you question your own power. Is that it? I do see there's a possible soulmate in your life here. But your heart is not opened, or their heart is not open to it. And that brings in this, it feels as though it's you, then it feels as though you have to guard yourself, your heart. And there would be a reason for that, right? You do have deep emotions, but I keep getting as though there's still a deception going on. But that is in the bigger community. That's not in regards to one particular person. That's in the bigger community. There's some sort of a deception going on here. Oh. And that deception brings ties. It's like you have a past experience here that's being triggered by this. So the longing you have in your heart to go somewhere, but you feel as though you're burdened, therefore you can't do it. That is what makes this takes forever to get going, right? And that brings this confusion here. Because you may have a person here in whatever situation that we're talking about here, that's, you don't quite know where you have them. And for some of you, I'm also getting that what could be a wound here is having to take on a lot of burdens in your childhood. Having somewhat of a cold childhood. It's almost that energy here of being a creative soul, and being feeling as though you have to work in a particular field because that is what your family expected from you, and that is the coldness. You can still have warmth there, but there's still this, what about my individuality? Or maybe you struggled a little bit here with finding it. It's just for some, right? It doesn't have to be in childhood. It can just be something here in the recent past. It's just this heaviness here of there being coldness. But at the same time, it opens up the door, even though I feel as though you're pushing away, because that door means opening up to your heart here. And that's where we have the confusion. There's something karmic in this situation. Some of you, it could have been a mother figure here. Although I said father before, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, what I get here is that there is confusion. Look out for that. I feel as though you have it within you here to see through that. And that's where we come down to temperance. Temperance is almost like a cry for you to have more patience. Even though I feel as though you have this desire here to migrate almost somewhere. To go somewhere. You're being kind of asked here to have patience. Because your heart is closed. And you kind of need that. See these tears that are coming down here? It's almost like Temperance is telling you, or asking you here to bloody hell feel something. Feel something, Taurus. Because your heart is, that you're closing down here. Your heart is the key. Your heart holds the key here. But you got it. Come on. You got it so guarded. You're really holding on to it. But if you're doing that, then how can you migrate? How can you travel? Patience there. And something about your personal finances. Meaning that don't be so bloody hell worried about it. Not to the extent that it brings you down. But I see June, even though we are in July, I see June having been a very significant month here for you. And what else do we have coming up? August and October are going to be important as well. June, August, and October for some reason. And whatever it is that you were wondering about. If you're wondering about when something here. Something happened in June. August is going to be important, and October. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. But look out for people here who will try to steal something from you. You have the buffalo, that's you here. You're very strong. All right. So look out for that, and let your heart guide you. Whatever that message was for, all right? I'm just doing these quickies. So I will see you. Take care. Ciao.